The Warriors look vulnerable right now, Skip.
You know what? Watching those two guys, they are so lucky. They don't know how lucky they are that Kawhi got zaza'd in that game and turned it completely around. They did look vulnerable, but to me, it was predictably vulnerable. I've been saying from day one this year that the Warriors knew KD chemistry would get tested in some big playoff game, and it just might crack in some big playoff game because it's all new to them. But unfortunately, Portland without Nurkic, and then Utah, doesn't matter whether they have injuries or not, were not good enough to test them one time, Golden State, in the first 8 playoff games. Yesterday, they were on the way to getting tested. They might have made a run, even if they would have made a run, but they were already in the throes of making one. But I think that their chemistry would have come apart against my Spurs, who are very good in the clutch down the stretch, but they have to have their closer, Kawhi. And I told you, even at the end of the year, I thought this team looked better without Kevin Durant. Obviously, he missed 19 late season games, and in that stretch, they went 15-4 and started looking a whole lot to me like that 73-win record team of a year ago. And I told you also, as the playoffs began, and I hate to beat these into the ground, but with Kevin Durant, I saw 9 head-scratching losses this year. And everybody wants to sweep those under the carpet because everybody says, oh, it's just going to be Golden State and Cleveland. No, it wasn't going to be just Golden State and Cleveland because just to wit, opening night, they lost by 29 to my Spurs on their home floor. Then they went and lost by 20 at Lakers. Then the Rockets went into Golden State and won in double overtime. Then Golden State went to Memphis and lost by 21. Then we know what happened on Christmas Day, right? Kyrie happened, and they blew a 14-point. He hit the last shot. Did LeBron hit the last shot, or did Kyrie? Help me out. Maybe I'm a little foggy.
Skip, they played,
Merry Christmas, Shannon.
They played 48 minutes.
Yeah.
And why do you always go to the last shot and try to minimize
I'd
Bron's
say the
impact?
last shot's a pretty big shot.
So Bron didn't play
say?
well in that game, huh?
He played okay.
Oh.
He hung on the rim, got away with what should have been a technical foul, but that's okay.
Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
But they're
coming
down
the chimney.
He played
got
so
stuck coming
great
down
that
the
they were
chimney.
down 14, right? Early in the fourth quarter?
That's-
Like 8 minutes to go, maybe?
Skip, that's how you become a legend. John Elway wasn't John Elway until the drive. Tom Brady couldn't be Tom Brady without this. Think about it. Coming back. That's what makes you invincible.
Enough about that guy who's now in the south of France. Back to what happened this year to Golden State with Kevin Durant. They go to Memphis. I'm sorry, Memphis came to Golden State.
Yes.
And at home, Golden State with Kevin Durant blew a 24-point lead and lost by 9 in overtime. Not by 1 or 2, but by 9. Then with Kevin Durant, Golden State loses at Miami, loses at Sacramento, loses by 32 at Denver with Kevin Durant. It was happening all year, and it started to happen again last night because I told you my Spurs are the best defensive team in basketball. They were number 1 statistically all year long. They were causing Golden State some serious problems, especially in the first quarter, somewhat in the second quarter, and they would have locked back in the third quarter until Zaza happened and Kawhi was gone. But the point was that the Spurs are a good matchup, especially at Golden State. I've never loved the Spurs at home, but I really believe they could go steal a game at Golden State, go home 1-1. That's all you could ask for. Maybe win one of those games. And as I said, get this to a Game 7 where, guess what? They lost at home to LeBron last year in Game 7, right? Okay? It would have happened again to the Spurs, and then LeBron would have been in big trouble.
You know why it wouldn't happen again to Golden State? Because they don't have LeBron. Cleveland has LeBron. And no matter how much you and Reggie Miller and some of these others want to wish Kawhi to take that next step, LeBron says, I'm the king until further notice.
No, till further notice. He said that?
Yes, that's what he told me.
Okay.
I'm his spokesman. I'm his Sean.
we realize that.
I'm his Sean Spicer and Kellyanne Conway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Skip, let me ask you a question. Game 1, Portland. How good was KD? Because if they don't have KD, they don't win that game. Because remember, Steph and Clay struggle. Game 4 against
How good was Nurkic in that game?
Nurkic
Wait a second. He was hurt. He broke his leg. Okay, go ahead.
And then against the Jazz in Game 4. Again, Clay and Steph struggle.
Yep.
But it was KD's 38 and 13. I've always felt only one team can beat this team in a series. Can you beat them a game or two? Sure. Grizzlies beat them twice. The Spurs beat them. The Nuggets beat them. Yes, you can win a game. But the only team that can beat them, Skip, in a series are the Cavaliers, because they have two guys that can go get you 40 in the same game, and then they can get their role players to give you 10, 12 here or there. And that's what you have to have. Because think about it. Do you actually think Klay Thompson's going to go 2 for 11 again, score 6 points, and Draymond's going to have 9? So you got
what? I do think Klay might struggle through this whole series. You know what he did? He decided to play all defense yesterday, and he took my little man, Patty Mills, out of the game. Took him out. And guess what? Patty Mills is 5 feet 11 inches tall. Klay is what? 6 feet 7 inches tall? So 6'7", suffocated 5'11" the whole game. Patty went 0 for 6 from 3. He could not get a clean look from 3. But Klay sacrificed for his team his offense for his defense, because that was pretty awful stuff for him to go 2 for 11, 1 for 3 from 3 for 6 points. So he scored 6, but he held Patty to 5.
Think about it. It had him in solitary confinement. You know when you go to solitary? 23 hours a day locked down. You don't get to talk to nobody. And that's what Klay had him. Patty Mills, yo, God, you love Patty.
I do.
He can shoot that 3.
Yep. Well, maybe tomorrow night they run some actual plays for Patty where they actually screen for Patty, and maybe he gets a step on Klay, and maybe he starts to nail those threes.
I do not believe that Draymond and Klay will struggle again. Now, they might not, Klay might not get his 30, but Skip, they're going to be so hard to beat, because you know this for a fact. They have 3 guys that can go get you 50. Draymond has a career high of 37. Nobody else has that kind of firepower except that team that's in the East. They have 2 guys, because we saw it in Game 5. You remember what happened, Skip? Game 5? 41 and 41?
Yeah, you mean the one Draymond was suspended for.
Skip!
That one.
Why you bringing up old stuff?
Old stuff, that was it. That was the stuff.
And guess what, Vegas? Vegas had no confidence in your Spurs. If you laid a $100 bet that the Spurs, that Golden State would win this series, you know how much it would pay you, Skip? $6.25. So you bet 100, you get $6.25.
What if you had bet on the Spurs?
You get $900.
Oh.
So they trying to tell you they don't believe in your team.
Oh, good.
Think about it. You bet 100.
I liked it.
Where they do that at, Skip? You give me $100, I give you $6.25. You say, okay, that's a good deal. That's like my grandfather used to say, boy, you selling your money.
I told you the Spurs were going to win this series. So you should have run and gotten your money down on the Spurs.
Say no more. It's the Dubs in 4.
Oh, say no more? It's
the Dubs in 4.
You've gone Ali again?
Yeah, it's over. I'm sorry to tell you. We won't be talking about your team very long.
Say no more. You can shut that door. Because that door just shut.
Skip, I'm sorry.
Boy, you're front running worse than LeBron.
Whoa, Skip.
Yeah.
Why you keep talking about LeBron?
Well, Skip, maybe he's just, trying to rack up some air miles from all the bandwagons.
He got on that. He got on that G650. You don't got a G650.
You get credit card with the extra miles every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
He and Savannah got on that G650. Like $70 million.
$70 million?
Got a range of about 7,200 nautical miles. Flew nonstop.
Really?
Catered everything. They had them old big jumbo prawns, them tigers, this big from Thailand.
You don't eat those anyway.
I know I'm allergic to shellfish. Had them big old Alaskan king crab legs straight from the barrel. LeBron get crab legs, they bring them straight from the barrel. See, they pull them up out the water and take them straight to his house.
You don't even know how good they are.